Thank you and good evening. My name is Jim Sharon. I'm the president of the Board of Education for the Port Huron Area School District, and on behalf of the entire board, I want to thank all of you for being here tonight, and first of all, congratulating the students that have earned the right to be here tonight, and really most importantly, because I'm here tonight as an honored guest because my son is graduating this year and has earned the right to be here. I want to thank all the parents for all the many, many years and efforts that you put into helping the students achieve this very special award this evening. First and foremost, I'm only here to speak for just a moment or so, and what I want to do is make sure that I have everyone's attention. So, what everybody wants to know: St. Louis won, Detroit won. I'd like to tell you it was like 4-0, but it is 1-1. So. And for those of you that live in Colonial Village, the cable's out, so you can't watch the game anyways. As I said, I'm really asked to be here just tonight to thank you on behalf of the board, but I really want to take my board hat off tonight and really speak as a parent. My son, my oldest, is graduating this year, and for many of the students, I looked on this list, and many that didn't even achieve the award are being here tonight. But those that are graduating from Port Huron High School, Ron Willeen School, and Port Huron Northern, Joanne Monahan, most of these kids are not students that I have as a board member, but most of these students have been friends of mine. I've coached some of them in Little League and roller hockey. A few of you are students that were on Lori and myself's Odyssey the Mind team, the first and only state champion for the Odyssey the Mind. Jenny Cummings and John Overly, along with my son, are three of the members that were on that team in 1996. And that's what I really will remember this class by. It's such a wonderful group of kids, students that have achieved an awful lot in the classroom, out on the sports fields, many different programs that they've been involved with outside the school. It's a very high achieving class, and I know there's going to be some great things that happen with these students throughout the year. So I'm excited to see what will happen and how much you will give back to this community if after graduation you come back to the Port Huron area. So on behalf of the board, once again, thank you and congratulations on a wonderful achievement. At this time, I'd like to turn the program over to our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Bill Kimball, and he will introduce our speaker this evening. Mr. Kimball.
Thank you, Mr. Sharon. We're blessed in our school district with a great school board, very strong leader in our president, Mr. Sharon, and I think that filters all the way down. We have a great school district, and I'd like to be one of the first to congratulate this year's graduates, and I'm particularly proud of the students and their parents that made it this far, and we have a lot of fun activities to go through over the course of the next month, but you all really need to enjoy this, reflect on it. It's a very, very important tribute to all of you to be here tonight. It is my privilege tonight to introduce you to Dr. William Bouchaw. Dr. William Bouchaw wants to help all Michigan teachers by providing them the teaching and assessment tools they will need in the future. As Chief Academic Officer of the Michigan Department of Education, he reports directly to the Superintendent of Public Instruction, Tom Watkins, supporting his mission to help teachers teach and children learn. Bill believes that change is exciting and that we will make huge gains in education in the next 10 years. He sees great promise in the internet and how it can help everyone manage learning in ways never even considered before. An eternal optimist, for Bill, the glass is always half filled. Prior to working at the Department of Education, Dr. Bouchaw was an elementary and middle school science teacher and a high school principal. In '87, he was selected to direct the Michigan office of the North Central Association of Colleges and Schools. During his 16 years as director, the Michigan NCA increased in size from 400 to almost 1,600 member schools. He oversaw its transformation from an organization that counted library books to one that helped teachers know if their children could read the books. Bill's a lifelong Michigan resident, graduated from Cooley High School in Detroit, He earned his Bachelor of Science degree at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor, his Master's of Arts degree at Eastern Michigan University, and his Doctorate of Philosophy degree again at the University of Michigan. He is a dedicated Wolverine. A winner of the draft lottery, Bill joined the United States Navy and served as a gunnery officer on a destroyer stationed off the coast of Vietnam in '72. After leaving active duty, he remained affiliated with the Navy as a reserve officer. He retired as a captain in October 2000. Bill and his wife, Irene, live in Ann Arbor. Their daughter, Jenny, is a college freshman. Just one side note, I've gotten to know Bill pretty well in the last few years, and we are very, very fortunate to have him here tonight, and even more fortunate to have him leading our Department of Education. He's a true champion for children. Bill.
Well, good evening. What a great group tonight. Let me start out by saying congratulations to the Chamber for putting a program on like this. I mentioned my wife was a member of the Board of Directors of the Chamber in Ann Arbor, and the relationship between the schools in Ann Arbor and the Chamber of Commerce has been very strong. I can see it's even stronger here in Port Huron, and this is a wonderful event that you put on tonight. There's a little story about how I ended up at the Department of Education that Mr. Kimball didn't share with you. About a year ago, the State Board was looking for a new superintendent, and I was one of the finalists for the position along with Tom Watkins, and we met each other for the very first time in the course of the interviews. He got the job, I didn't. I did send him a letter congratulating him and telling him he was my second choice for the position. But subsequently we got together and had several conversations, and he invited me to come on board as his primary deputy and the chief academic officer in the Department of Education. A lot of people, Bill included, are wondering, what kind of person would hire his main competitor for the job, and likewise, what kind of person would take the job that was the competitor in the first place. But it's worked out real well. We've had a great time. Tom apologizes for not being here. There is no truth to the rumor that he has season tickets to the Red Wings or anything like that. Actually, Tom's a single parent. He has a teenage son and had an opportunity to work with his son. Now, typically in a situation like this, he would announce that he has a teenage son. He would ask in the audience if any of you have a teenage son. Some of you would raise your hand, and he would immediately ask you if you wanted another one. But since he's not here, I was drawn to the community to also determine whether there's truth to the rumor about Port Huron, that you have defeated, for once and for all, a disease that have plagued high schools for decades, senioritis. And I understand, as I look out in the audience here, you all look like you have remained fully engaged in your studies. You've done all your homework. You've attended class regularly. Is this true? Is this the right place? You did do this, yes? Wonderful. Terrific. Congratulations. Let's talk about some more serious congratulations. First of all, to 150 students approximately that have had a stellar career in high school, 3.5 or more, and that really is a precursor to success. All of you that are in this room have the determination, the focus, the things that it takes to be successful in whatever career you go into, and the possibilities are so exciting now. Healthcare, many of you will choose healthcare and all the kinds of things that are happening in healthcare. Engineering and technology and the things you'll be working in there. But there's one career in particular, and I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to practice at home. If you will, as Bill indicated in our resume, we have a daughter. She finished her first year in college this year. I've watched her do some coaching. She enjoys swimming, and she's participated in swimming all through high school, and in that time she's also had an opportunity to coach at our local neighborhood pool. And I watch her interact with the young people, and I've just wanted to talk to her a little bit about what I consider the best field of all, the best profession of all that she might be included. But right now she's kind of drawn to the glitz of business and the money and all those kinds of things. And I think someday, though, we'll bring her back and she'll see that education and teaching is just a great, great, great profession. And so as some of you think about what you may do, and we may not get you right away. I know for me it was 2 years all the way into college before I made that decision. But as I look back now, almost 30 years ago, it was the best thing I could have done. So as you think about all the different kinds of things, and think about also, realize this, that while you're going off to college, and if you do choose education as a profession, when you come back in 4 or 5 years, it isn't going to be the same. We are going to see more changes in education than we will have seen in 100 years. It's going to be a very different place, exciting new technology, new ways of learning, new ways of teaching all children. So as you think about all those decisions, I just want to plant that in your mind, and now that gives me courage to go back home and maybe raise it with our daughter when we get back home. So all of you, congratulations. You're part of the story. There's some other people in this room that are the other part of the story, moms and dads. Congratulations to all of you. Piece of cake, right? Nothing to it. Okay, moms and dads, any of you facing next fall an empty nest? Want to raise your hand? Empty nest? Yeah. Hey, you know what? It ain't bad. Geez, for about 7, 8 months, I haven't tripped on gym shoes. Pots and pans actually make it in the dishwasher. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, it actually works. I also see, can I use this opportunity? I went through the book and I saw we got students. In fact, I saw a number of students have chosen to go to the community college. You're going to stay home maybe? Bless you. Your mom and dads are so happy. Good choice, Negotiate a car or something out of that deal. Get something for it. That's a great choice, and more students are selecting that. But I also noticed some of you are looking to be Wolverines next year, and our daughter was in Mary Markley, and we have a loft that we have for sale. If you want to buy a loft, it's cheap. We'll get it to you. I didn't realize when we had this thing built. In a dorm room, do you know how much you can get in a dorm room? I mean, microwaves, popcorn makers, television sets, stereos, computers, and in these dorm rooms, there's actually another human being lurking in there somewhere. They put 2 of you in that room, but for those of you empty nest, it's like I said, it's not a bad deal, and it's an exciting time. Kids go off to school. You still worry about them, but out of sight, out of mind, But to moms and dads, congratulations to your hard work. You did a great job. You did it. I mean, you did a wonderful job with your sons and daughters. They're gonna go off and do great things. And it's when you think about it, that's really what it's all about. It gets down real basic. There's a third group I'd like to congratulate. And there's a handful of them here tonight, and that's the teachers and the administrators that were able to join us. And I see that we have 2 that you're going to honor, and particularly, they really are special. And when I think back at the teachers that Jenny had at Huron High School in Ann Arbor, they were just terrific. They did a wonderful job. They did things we just couldn't believe that they could do some of the things they did with our daughter. And it's a great calling. It's a great profession. We don't pay teachers enough. That's for certain. They do more than they get paid for, and they're a great group of people. And they really do hold. Christa McAuliffe, the astronaut, teacher astronaut that was tragically killed in the Challenger accident, really captured it when she said, "I touch the future because I teach." And so for all of you, I saw some of you stand up and. We talk about, if you read the media, we talk about test scores are lower and kids do this and kids do this. Well, you know what? Kids are smarter now. They know more. They're taller. They're better looking. They got it all. And it's no accident. We just do a great job with them. Parents and teachers coming together, and it's a great success story. And right here, I'm looking at this success story. You wanted your children to succeed, and they're doing that, and they're going to go off and do great things. And there's a bumper sticker that says, if you can read this, thank a teacher. And so I think that really kind of captures it. So to all of you here tonight, congratulations. It said in my bio that I spent a little bit of time in the Navy. In the Navy, we do a lot of partying. We do a lot of leaving one place, leaving port, going out for a period of time. moving from one ship to another. And so over the really centuries, we've come up with certain sayings that we share as we prepare to depart, and one of them is to wish our fellow sailors fair winds and following seas. Centuries old wish, and so let me be the first, that too. Let me be the first to wish all of you as you begin your new life, whatever it may be, to have fair winds and following seas. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Bill. He is truly a friend of teachers, parents, and students, and you're going to see improvement in the schools in Michigan under his leadership. I can guarantee you that from watching what he's done with North Central over the years and the enthusiasm he brings. I would like to take just a moment for us to properly thank you for driving all the way over here, being with us, and giving us some words of encouragement. We have a small gift for you that we would like you to open because we're pretty proud of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's not a record album, is it?
It's not.
Oh, you know, I forgot one thing. I forgot one very, can I?
Go ahead.
Can I get the microphone one?
Yes, you can.
Graduates, before you leave, show your mom and dad how to do instant messaging. I mean, it's great. You don't have to write or anything. Instant messaging is great. Thanks. I'm sorry. Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
We are going to, at this time, excuse Bill. He has a long trip back, and he has a 7 o'clock meeting tomorrow morning. We do appreciate you coming. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Now comes the fun part, what we're all here for, really the very best part. We're going to take some time, and we're not going to rush this because we want to recognize each of the individuals for the wonderful work they've done, and this is our way of doing that. I am going to encourage anyone who's here with the camera would like to take pictures to come right on up as your student comes up to get their award. We will have Cynthia Platzer and Jim Sharon. I'm sorry. we will have them down on the floor presenting the awards. And as the students' names called, if they would come up, and then they will receive their award. You feel free to come right on up with them and take a picture. We'll pause just a minute. As they finish, I'll call the next name and the student can start coming up. I'm going to ask you if you would hold the applause until we're done tonight, and that'll move things along. We'll be able to hear just a little bit better, and when we're done, we'll formally recognize everybody very thoroughly. With that, we'll begin. Michael Abraham IV, Port Huron Northern, 4th year bar. Hira Ahmad, Port Huron Northern, 4th year bar. Jessica Albert, Port Huron High School, 4th year bar. Courtney Alexander, Port Huron High School, 4th year bar. Jennifer Anderson, Port Huron Northern, 4th year bar. Andrea Andrews, fourth year Northern, third year bar. Lisa Arnold, fourth year Northern, second year letter. Scott Atkinson, fourth year in high school, fourth year bar. Kara Batchelor, fourth year in high school, fourth year bar. Jennifer Bailey, fourth year in high school, fourth year bar. Caroline Banka, fourth year in Northern, third year bar. Okay. Kristen Baker, fourth year in high school, fourth year bar. Sarah Ann Bankson, fourth year Northern, fourth year bar. Everett Baranowski, fourth year Northern, third year bar. Kaylee Bays, fourth year in high school, fourth year bar. Melissa Barish, fourth year in high school, fourth year bar. Kevin Bonney, fourth year in Northern, valedictorian, fourth year bar. Stephen Bradley, fourth year in Northern, fourth year bar. Crystal Brown, fourth year in high school, fourth year bar. Rachel Buhajer, fourth year Northern, fourth year bar. Keith Burry, fourth year Northern, fourth year bar. Danielle Campbell, fourth year in high school, fourth year bar. Leslie Campbell, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Michael Carfor, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Andrew Carolyn, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Jessica Costello, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Jenny Chapdelaine, Port Huron High School, fourth year bar. Ryan Sharon, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Brian Shemin, Port Huron High School, fourth year bar.
Brian.
William Shemin, Port Huron High School, fourth year bar. Stephanie Clark, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Crystal Clore, Port Huron High School, fourth year bar. Haley Cole, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Stephanie Collins, Port Huron High School, fourth year bar. Matthew Connell, Port Huron Northern, third year bar. Joshua Cook, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Rebecca Cooley, Port Huron High School, 4th year bar. Lisa Crimmins, Port Huron High School, 4th year bar. Rachel Culbert, Port Huron Northern, 4th year bar. Jennifer Cummings, Port Huron Northern, 3rd year bar. Britta Dahlberg, Port Huron Northern, 4th year bar. Krista Daniel, Port Huron Northern, 4th year bar. Elizabeth DeRocha, Port Huron Northern, 4th year bar. Christopher DeHulster, Port Huron Northern, 4th year bar. Kara Dombrowski, Port Huron Northern, 4th year bar. Allison Dugan, Port Huron Northern, 4th year bar. Amanda Duncan, Port Huron High School, 4th year bar. Christy Durst, Port Huron Northern, 4th year bar. Scott Dwyer, Port Huron High School, 4th year bar. Want to get one this side?
Where's my granddad?
Kelly Easton, Port Huron Northern, 4th year bar. Chastity Edie, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Jessica Evans, Port Huron High School, third year bar. Carrie Farr, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Corey Fredendahl, Port Huron Northern, salutatorian, fourth year bar. Sarah Jo Friend, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Brian Gillen, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Joshua Gratton, Port Huron High School, fourth year bar. Tressa Graziati, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Rachel Gumbas, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Anne Marie Hall, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Earl Hanselman, Port Huron High School, fourth year bar. Amanda Harris, Port Huron Northern, first year pin. Amy Hart, Port Huron High School, valedictorian, fourth year bar. Glenn Hart, Port Huron High School, fourth year bar. Nathan Henry, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Samantha Hill, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Ryan Hodge, Port Huron Northern, third year bar. Tiffany Hood, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Kevin Jackson, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Kelly Janish, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Amanda Jock, Port Huron High School, fourth year bar. Ashley Cackman, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Jennifer Kamer, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. David Kelly II, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Elizabeth Kelly, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Lee Clemmer, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Kelly Knust, Port Huron Northern, valedictorian, fourth year bar. Nathan Korf, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Megan Kraft, Port Huron High School, valedictorian, fourth year bar. Ludwig Kuznia, Port Huron Northern, third-year bar. Zachariah Lapinta, Port Huron High School, fourth-year bar. Allison Ledke, Port Huron Northern, fourth-year bar. Michelle Lee, Port Huron High School, fourth-year bar. Nicole Loxton, Port Huron High School, fourth-year bar. Allison Looney, Port Huron Northern, fourth-year bar. Sarah Lynch, Port Huron High School, fourth-year bar. Ashley McCollum, Port Huron Northern, fourth-year bar. Edward Matthews, Port Huron Northern, fourth-year bar. Jessica May, Port Huron Northern, valedictorian, fourth-year bar. John McCarthy, Port Huron Northern, fourth-year bar. Kathleen McCarthy, Port Huron Northern, fourth-year bar.
Go. Thank you.
Gary McGinnis, Port Huron Northern, fourth-year bar. Darcy McKernan, Port Huron Northern, fourth-year bar. Caitlin McNamee, Porter Northern, valedictorian, 4th year bar. Nicole Monolitis, Porter Northern, 4th year bar. Veronica Mueller, Port Huron High School, 3rd year bar. Brian Nelson, Port Huron High School, 4th year bar. Nicole Newman, Port Huron Northern, 4th year bar. Adriana Nichols, Port Huron Northern, 4th year bar. Maria Natesel, Port Huron Northern, 4th year bar. Paul Osaski, Port Huron Northern, 3rd year bar. Jonathan Overly, Port Huron Northern, 4th year bar. Shyla Peterson, Port Huron Northern, 4th year bar. Angela Pohl, Port Huron High School, 4th year bar. Monica Porritt, Port Huron High School, 4th year bar. Kara Proctor, Port Huron High School, 4th year bar. Joseph Provost, Port Huron High School, fourth year bar. Michael Rector, Port Huron High School, fourth year bar. Ashley Rose Ream, Port Huron High School, fourth year bar. Danielle Richard, Port Huron High School, third year bar. Adam Roach, Port Huron High School, valedictorian, fourth year bar. Jessica Rogers, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Nicole Ropish, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Elizabeth Rutledge, Port Huron High School, valedictorian, fourth year bar. Bill Al Saeed, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Brooke Schnur, Port Huron High School, fourth year bar. Rebecca Seaton, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Nicole Selby, Port Huron High School, fourth year bar. Catherine Simmons, Port Huron High School, fourth year bar. Deidre Slingerland, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Aaron Smith, Port Huron High School, fourth year bar. Tara Smith, Port Huron High School, fourth year bar. Aaron Stanley, Port Huron High School, fourth year bar. Brandon Taylor, Port Huron Northern, second year letter.
Hang on. There we go. Thanks.
Stacy Thayer, Port Huron High School, fourth year bar. Jeffrey Thill, Port Huron Northern, valedictorian, fourth year bar. Branwyn Thomas, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Megan Thompson, Port Huron High School, fourth year bar. Timothy Troy, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Colleen Turner, Port Huron Northern, third year bar. Andrea Webb, Port Huron Northern, fourth year bar. Ryan Westbrook, Port Huron High School, salutatorian, 4th year bar. Here's a helper.
Oh, I got the new camera back
Daniel Whipple, Port Huron Northern, 4th year bar.
It wasn't last picture.
Carrie Whipple, Port Huron Northern, valedictorian, 4th year bar. Joseph Wisco, Port Huron High School, 4th year bar. Jessica Wilson, Port Huron Northern, 2nd year letter. Joseph Wood, Port Huron Northern, 4th year bar. Sarah Zanich, Port Huron Northern, 4th year bar. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been sitting a while, and I think these young people deserve a standing ovation. As we move on to really the final part of the program, which will be pretty brief, I would like to take just a second to thank the Chamber of Commerce and the chairperson of the Chamber of Commerce, Cynthia Platzer. She's doing a great job there, and our chamber does so much to help the students in our district. There are many, many programs that the Chamber is directly responsible for and pays for, including this one. We could not do the job with our students that we do without the support of our Chamber of Commerce. Cynthia, if you could pass that on to the Board of Directors, we would appreciate it. Thank you. The students couldn't get where they're at and have the successes they have without wonderful parents, we all know that. There's also another part of that team, and that's wonderful teachers. We have great teachers in the school district. It is the heart and strength of the Port Huron Area School District. One of the things that the Chamber of Commerce felt many years ago when they were designing this program was that we should not only honor the students, we should take a few minutes to let the students have an opportunity to honor a teacher. And obviously, we can't honor all the teachers every year that the students have had. We'd like to do that. So we really picked somebody to represent the staff, the many good teachers that the students have had, and the students have a direct role in helping determine who those people will be. And at this point, we always have a student from Port Huron High School, a student from Port Huron Northern come to give out these awards. So we're going to do the presentation of the teacher awards. And I'd first like to have Amy Hart, president of Port Huron High School National Honor Society, join me at the podium. We'll do Port Huron High School first, because that's a school that I graduated from.
Good evening. Tonight I have the honor of presenting the 2002 Teacher of the Year Award for Port Huron High School to Mr. Robert Weiss, both CP and AP chemistry teacher, and probably the most dedicated and enthusiastic teacher I have ever met. I know we all, as students, owe Mr. Weiss a lot for his dedication, whether it's at 7 o'clock in the morning or at 4 o'clock after school. He's always there when you need him. And his enthusiasm really comes through in all of our classroom activities. He manages to make chemistry fun no matter what. My favorite experiment would probably have to be the smoke machine and the laser light. This involves filling the entire classroom with smoke, hanging the disco ball from the ceiling in the center of the room, and shining the laser light on it, all while being serenaded by Saturday Night Fever. So we always look forward to this every year, and you can always tell the smoke pouring out into the hallway afterwards. Now, Mr. Weiss, personally for me, has done a lot. I can't even count the number of personal recommendation letters for colleges and scholarships that he's given me, and I know he's done that for numerous other students too. And Mrs. Weiss as well. We always have her to thank for the cupcakes for Mole Day to celebrate that special holiday that only chemistry students are privy to. So it is my honor and my privilege tonight, on behalf of the student body at Port Huron High School, to thank Mr. Weiss for his dedication and years of service. Thank you very much.
If Mr. Kimball hadn't given you a seventh inning stretch, I was going to do it myself. But I'd first like to say a few things here. Thank you very much. I really appreciate this. However, there really should be two people standing at the podium. I've always said that my wife really is the one running the class. She just tells me what to say. I would first like to thank her for her patience and her support. She's always listened and helped with all my chemistry projects and demonstrations. Thank you very much. The administration at Port Huron High School is very supportive and allows us as educators to grow to our full potential. Mr. Woline, the principal at Port Huron High School, gave me my start 13 years ago, and I've had nothing short of a wonderful experience. This has truly been a learning and building process for me, and will continue. If we believe that we are at the top of our profession, then we will never get there. We and you must always keep working to find the top. Open your mind to learn. Keep that little kid desire to learn more and be excited about it. This is what it's all about. And you, the parents out there, what a tremendous task it is to raise these talented young individuals. Patience, understanding, reassurance, guidance, discipline, growth, and many hugs. Does this describe or start to describe the undertaking? These young men and women are products of all those factors. We don't say it enough, but thank you for being there and supporting them. I have 2 kids of my own, and I know it's a lot of hard work. But look at the ultimate reward, their success in life. Now, what about you students sitting out there? No, I didn't forget about you at all. You are the best of the best, and you're my inspiration. You empower me to teach because of your desire to learn, and I learn as well as you, and we'll keep on learning. In my CP Chem class this year, we were discussing a certain principle called the Joule-Thomson effect, and it was in reference to how a refrigerator works. I mentioned to the students, each time you go into the refrigerator, tell somebody the Joule-Thomson effect, and then when you close the door, write it on the front of the door. Well, I happened to call a parent about how well her son was doing in my class. When she begins to tell me how her son went into the refrigerator, explained the Joule-Thomson effect in detail, closed the door, and wrote it across the front of the door. Now at this point, I began to take the telephone away from my ear. But she reassured me that this was great, and that her son's explanation was right on and she understood it. Was I relieved? By the way, she did tell me it was a water-based marker, so it could be washed off. I mentioned the same story to my AP Chem class, and one of my students said, "See, Mr. Weiss, the power that you really have." And my only thought is, that's very scary. We were also in the hospital recently, and I walked through one of the automatic doors, and a young man was coming at me, and I looked at him and I thought, I know this young man from about 3 or 4 years ago in my class. He looked at me, I looked at him, the door opened automatically, and he said, "That's the photoelectric effect." Another concept that we cover in chemistry, and I told the students, each time you walk into Walmart, Kmart, when that door opens up, think about the photoelectric effect and tell the person beside you. He remembered. Each and every one of you have the same power. You can and will impact people around you at all times, positively and negatively. Show the best side of yourself at all times. Believe in yourself and make a positive contribution in everything you do. Leave your mark. You can and will. Each and every one of us at some point in time in our life have been positively influenced by someone very close to us. Think about how this person affected you and return the favor to those people you come in contact with. Thank you again, and I wish each and every one of all the students seated here tonight the best of all. May you persevere and succeed at your life's ambition with a passion and commitment, and positively impact those around you. This is my fulfillment in teaching and my reward. I was given the opportunity many years ago to pursue the medical field. And some said, "Why don't you stay? You'd make a lot more money." But you know, this is what it's all about. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I truly can say, I love what I do. Thank you, and go Big Reds.
We're now going to do Port Huron Northern High School because that's where both of my sons graduated from. So I really have trouble. You always wonder why I stand in the end zone or down at the end of the games. I can't decide which side to sit. I'd like to introduce to you now Sarah Jo Friend, President, Port Huron Northern High School National Honor Society.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to announce to you tonight the most influential teacher for 2002, who is Dr. William Johnston. I've had him for 2 years now in chemistry and AP biology, and he's a wonderful teacher. He has promised me, though, that we're going to make grilled cheese sandwiches on the Bunsen burners, which we haven't done yet. So I'm still waiting for those grilled cheese sandwiches. But he makes learning fun and chemistry fun, which can be dry sometimes. But he always adds a little flair to it, and it's very exciting when he teaches. So thank you, Dr. J.
Thank you. I think one of the marks of a teacher is being able to improvise. When I was sitting back there and looking around at all my students, if you have had me for biology, advanced placement biology, or if you have me now, would you stand up, please? That's great. Thank you very much. Now, I did that for 2 reasons. I never get to see them all dressed up. They usually come in all sorts of clothing, right, Joanne? Yeah. The second reason I did that, if I get hit with something up here tonight, I know who did it, so I know where you're at. So he said that we were supposed to be brief, and Bob took out a great big wad of paper, and I have just a few things to say. Someone has said that 80 to 90% of life is just showing up. However, I believe that 80 to 90% of life is not about just showing up. It's about being there. And I want to thank my students for being there, for taking advanced placement biology. What an analytical course, jammed with vocabulary that would choke a punctulid. Tons of material. You didn't have to take these advanced placement courses, but you certainly will benefit from them. Thank you for being there when I challenged you with organic chemistry. Woo. Yeah, I see them going. How about chapter 9 and 10 test? Remember, a few people thumbs up, other people thumbs down. Those are very, very difficult areas of biology. Thank you for being there through the hot and cold of the classroom. Mostly hot, right? Thank you for being there from my first hour struggling at 7:30 a.m. trying to stay awake to my 6th hour for just struggling to stay awake. Difficult. Thank you for being there for the others who had tragedies, severe illnesses, broken bones, broken hearts. It's really been a difficult year for a lot of people, for all of us, I think. And I want to thank you for the way that you've shared that with the other students, for being there on those times. Thank you very much. Teachers are called upon to wear many hats and are constantly struggling to teach against adversities of peer pressure, conformity, fear of failure, and apathy. To look for moments of creativity and look for talents that sometimes are buried in self-defeat and self-criticism. But I see intelligence, curiosity, creativity, individuality, and these are really gold nuggets to a teacher, these teachable moments, and seeing students really turn on and get an idea or concept. We have laughed and cried and stretched and struggled together, and I want to thank you for being in those classes. And now I'm asking you just one thing when you graduate. Actually, 2 things. Number 1, would you leave? And would you leave something, and then would you take something? You know those little containers by the doors as you go out the doors of Northern? You know, the little containers that students put their report cards in to be mailed home by the custodians, those containers. Yes, okay. Would you leave your bad memories in those trash bins? Leave your mistakes, but take the lessons that you learn from those mistakes. Take the relationships you have developed. They are eternal. Take the wishes of a long and prosperous life from all of your teachers. Parents and teachers have a better profession than a medical doctor. You see, doctors see that one moment of birth, but we see that new life born every day. These are students under construction, continuing to grow, and I think we all need to recognize that we should grow every day. And I think that's important for a teacher because in that way, both parents and teachers really touch the future. Thank you for this recognition and honor of being your teacher, and thank you for being there.
We have two great science teachers recognized here tonight. I've been in both their classrooms several times, and it's a marvel to see them at their workplace working with our young people. And just as we close, I'd like to thank Ken Kraft, who really did the lion's share of the work in organizing everything that took place tonight, and as usual, he did a wonderful job. Ken, thank you very much. I'm going to ask Ken just to say a brief word as we close. Thank you very much.
Okay.
A voice from the audience told me to tell you it's 2-0 Detroit. Detroit's ahead or losing? And who's ahead? That's hard to believe. Okay, Detroit's ahead. To everything, there is a beginning and an end. This evening we have shared in a very special ceremony honoring the accomplishments of our children, those who will soon exit our educational program to venture into new experiences in life. They know that they are now young adults, even though we know they will always be our children in our hearts. They stand on the threshold of tomorrow's opportunities, ready to end one stage of life and embark on a new and exciting adventure. As parents and educators, we must let them go, trusting that we have given them the skills and the confidence to tackle whatever the future may hold. Students, we are looking forward to seeing you become successful in whatever you choose to be: actress, athlete, physical therapist, engineer, teacher, doctor, scientist, veterinarian, or any of the countless dreams that are about to be tackled and fulfilled. In the meantime, be ready for life's surprises. Our honor celebration now comes to a close, and to symbolize this ending, would someone at each table please extinguish the candle in the centerpiece? This serves two purposes. One is mine. Thank you. High school soon will come to a close with graduation ceremonies just about a month away in June. And just around the corner is another new beginning, another fresh start. Good luck in all that you do. Thank you all for coming, and have a safe trip home. Good night.